by the seashore, accessed by a dirt trail. To the right of the glen is a 20-foot drop-off into a tangled wildwood of blackberry bushes. Marvelly enters the glen, looking nervously into the steely eyes of Orbit Gar, 41, attractive in a sinister way. His build is solid, neck sinewy. Around it he wears a pentagram. Star points up. He glares at Marvelly. "You're late. I didn't get to be a foreman of Baxter Lumber Company by letting people keep me waiting. You want to live on the edge? We can do our little number right at it." Marvelly, shaking, spits out her message. "I've had enough of you, Orbit Gar. You've bullied me into these meetings for almost a year now. I was only 12, a child. When you caught me and Branch Pomeroy making out up here, he was just a kid, too. You had no right to terrorize me, threaten to get my dad fired." "As if you hadn't loved it. Oh, you're sore about as I ain't divorced my wife to marry you. I got 6 kids. Give me time." He walks to her, starts embracing. She pushes him back. "No, I met a man I really like, our new neighbor, Squint Dangerfield. My dad wants me to marry him when I turn 14. That's only 2 months away." Orbit smacks her in the face, shakes her violently, pulls her over to the drop-off. "I could have shoved you off the day I caught you up here. You chose the right option then. Better stay smart. You say one word to your family or mine, I'll finish yours. You know I will." She stares at the pentagram, freezes, terrified. Orbit flings her to the ground near the drop-off's edge. "Whoever this Squint bastard is, you stay away from him, or he'll wind up there." Orbit kicks a rock into the pit. He looms down on Marvelly. Exterior dunes at dusk. In swim trunks, Squint and Reuben walk along, pausing at random to pluck and eat wild strawberries. Over the dunes is the shore, and they go for a swim, then hike in the woods. Finding the path, they follow it to the glen. "It may sound a bit theatrical, but it feels, evil here." Reuben peers down the drop-off. "The worst is over here. You suppose there's bones at the bottom of this? Oh, well, I've really gone Alfred Hitchcock. Sure, there's a missing body down here, right?" Leaves rustle from a sudden breeze. Squint examines the pit. "Rube, remember that place we visited in the Himalayas that had a feeling of madness in the air? This place has it, too. I guess our senses got sharpened in the New Guinea experiences. This evil seems more planned, calculated. Something bad happened here. I don't want to know what. Now let's listen to the warning bells and go." "It's not like when I felt the Nombi, more like an evil human spirit, a man." "The Nombi works through men. Let's butt out while the butting's good." Interior Squint house, living room, night. Squint sits on the couch, Reuben on the cot. "Jumping Judas, that Udu place really depressed us. Spit yours out, then let me talk." "Well, for starters, I don't feel like applying for the job tomorrow with a black eye. I didn't even want this job, eye or no eye." "I have to get it to enter the contest. I thought we could finally get through with the bloody have-tos. If I do get it, I'll have to practice like mad to stand a chance to win against lumberjacks." "I really latched onto that special place business. Our luck went so good for a while, till this impossible house, money all gone, another dream bites the dust. I should say sawdust. So much for creative arts." "If this is a special place, I'm sending it back special delivery. If the Jubiwandis stand for helping angels, they mucked up. I resent being deceived by false hopes. Take leaps of faith and fall on me head. A happy bum is better. No stupid poppycock dreams. It's like dancing to no music. Like shoveling snow with a Q-tip. The Jubiwandis' promises are duds. Useless as a jello doorstop." "But it's not over till it's over. Why don't we dump this frustration into a song? Write it now." "Yeah, tell El Dorado we're here. Good title, El Dorado, we're here. We shouldn't let that negative place jinx the Jubies. Let's boogie." They get out the journal, start writing lines. Exterior contest site, day. It's at the outskirts of Stag Bluff at Nakashkish Bay, where logs are in place. Music plays from the bandstand. A big sign above the bandstand reads, "Bicentennial 4th of July celebration, Paul Bunyan Contest." A huge crowd mills about. Close on, large billboard listing contestants' names. 50 under Vanderwood Lumber Company, 50 under Baxter Lumber Company. A line of men wait before a booth to receive their plastic name tags. Josh Hindenbaum stands aside, pinning his on. Nearby is Orvit Gar, pinning his close to the pentagram necklace. Off to the side is Whistling Bear, a powerful-looking Indian, 38, attaching his tag. The music stops. An older man announces, "The Paul Bunyan Contest will begin in 5 minutes. Take your places." After that, the Miss American Legend Costume Contest will select Paul Bunyan's bride. They'll be our reigning king and queen of today's festivities. Close on clump of trees. Squint stands between two trees, digging his hands into their bark. It's his moment alone to get his thoughts geared. Squint voiceover.
"This is insane. What got me into it? God, I don't know a thing about destiny. Do hopes, wishes, prayers, and dreams play a part in it? Help me find the way."
Series of shots. Flash cut. Squint's hands fumbling his name tag on shirt. Flash cut. Men footwork rolling logs in water. Many falling. Squint moves with opponent. Opponent falls from log. Flash cut. Squint races other men to high chute. Climbs ladder. Flash cut. Squint rides log in shallow trough past obstacles. Rams Whistling Bear caught in chicken wire. Flash cut. Squint blocked by wall of inner tubes hung by string from side posts. Flash cut. Squint's log rammed through inner tube, sticks there. Flash cut. Squint's log rammed, string torn loose. Log floats around bend into deeper trough. Flash cut. Squint's log knocked backwards, approaching plunge. Flash cut. Squint on log in reverse down the plunge. Flash cut. Squint hits the water, sinks. Flash cut. Squint racing with other wet men. Flash cut. Squint, Orvit, Josh, and Whistling Bear frantically saw 4-inch logs clamped on posts. Flash cut. Racing, Whistling Bear, Squint, Orvit, and Josh. Flash cut. Selected 6-inch trees, axes by trunks. Rushing up are Whistling Bear, Orvit, Squint, and Josh. Flash cut. Furiously swinging axes. Josh is tiring. Orvit is gaining on Squint, who's gaining on Whistling Bear. Squint heaves and whacks, raggedly humming an old sea chanty, finally booming out the words in the final assault.
"Go down, you blood-red roses! Go down!"
A mighty blow severs the tree. It falls. Whistle blows. Bell sounds. Official raises Squint's axe-toting hand on high. "And the winner is Squint Dangerfield, the new Paul Bunyan." Flash cut. On bandstand, wet Squint bows to cheers, applause. Flash cut. Squint in dressing room. 2 contest ballets assisting. One blow dries Squint's hair. Another brings champagne and costume. Flash cut. Squint back on bandstand in lumberjack costume, holding check and Paul Bunyan statue amid wild cheers, applause.
"I'm very honored. Thank you so much."
Flash cut. Squint seated high on bandstand, happily dazed. Announcer. "And now for the Miss American Legend, Valerie Vanderwood as Marilyn Monroe." Valerie, 29, sleek and sophisticated, strolls by. Announcer. "Kelly Jean McCarley as Shirley Temple." Kelly Jean, 34, red-haired, swings by. "Margie Wilson as Pocahontas." Margie, 26, slim, athletic, strides by. "Lucinda Hamilton as Scarlett O'Hara." Lucinda, 22, sweetly southern, sachets by. "Lois Lamar as the Ziegfeld Girl." Lois, 35, theatrical, glamorous, prances by. "Agnes Glover as an American Flag." Agnes, 25, skinny, glasses, wafts by. Dissolved to a blur of Martha Washington, Annie Oakley, Diana Ross, Amelia Earhart, Dorothy with Toto, Orphan Annie, Tina Turner, Nettie as Janis Joplin, Marvel as Mae West. "And the winner is Lois Lamar, the Ziegfeld Girl, Paul Bunyan's queen." Squint and Lois embrace, kiss, bow to much applause. Cameras snap Squint hugging Lois with axe behind her back. Lois lifted in Squint's arms, holding Squint's axe around his neck. Snap Squint setting Lois on Babe the Blue Ox. Flash cut. Dance sites along the bay. Reporters snap Squint and Lois dancing. Cajun to the Allied Gators. Rock to Wesley Warren and the Wildcats. Margie Wilson playing lead, still in her Pocahontas costume. Wesley, 27, sings Cortez the Killer in his Neil Young black hat. Heavy metal to Chainsaw Rising. Swing to Boogie Two Shoes. Folk to Wandering Wolf. Country to Mule Stick. Blues to Bogo Geets. Students walk by in T-shirts saying disco sucks. Male students carry protest sign reading, "Unfair, males get no costume contest." They're dressed as Superman, Elvis, Beatles, Sex Pistols, Alice Cooper, Leonard Nimoy, Hopalong Cassidy, Marx Brothers, Kiss. Flash cut. Squint and Lois sit high in the bleachers. Watch glorious explosion of fireworks. End series of shots. Exterior Glen Day. Explosion of bullets through bottles falling over drop-off. Orville picks up near empty whiskey bottle, sits on rock, swigs. Orville voiceover. "Where was the big fuss when I won 2 years ago? Valerie was Superwoman in a black wig. She's no fluffball Marilyn. Treated me cold. Vander Snoot." He stomps out cigarette, kicks it into the drop-off. "Can't turn on the TV without seeing that Squint plastered all over it. That's who Marbley's with now. She sure as hell wasn't showing up here." "Well, here's to you, King Jackass." He drains the bottle, tosses it above the pit, shatters it with a bullet from his pistol, smirks as it drops below. Exterior K-Saw TV station, day. Interior Al Strange office, day. Valerie separates photos of Squint into 2 piles, those with Lois, those without. Al Strange, 48, lanky, boss of K-Saw, is viewing photos. Valerie laughs at the one of Squint's startled face and spotted stomach taken at the Sea Witch. "This one's my favorite. He looks so vulnerable. And this one's magnificent, hoisting that axe."
Too bad you didn't win this year.
"I know. Win with Orville Gar and miss the one I want."
Well, you've convinced me he's right for the shows we're planning. See if you can locate him and set up an interview for 10:30 Monday. But he's hard to catch. Got no phone.
"Don't worry, Al. I'll get him." She slides her copies of the photos in her briefcase, is out the door in a flash. Al nods with a knowing half-smile. Exterior Squint house, dusk. Squint hands boxes to Reuben, who arranges them in the pickup. Squint heads back into the house. Interior kitchen, dusk. Squint throws what's left of the kitchen utensils into a carton, looks up at the jubies sitting on the shelf.
"Well, Tubes, you've really brought some jubilation. I'm taking you to our new place, the Marlin Apartments in Stagbluff. But before we leave, I want to take you to that spook spot. See if you can clue me in on the mystery."
The strange shift happens. Their eyes widen, mouths droop. Jubit Rubit voiceover. "Don't go there. There's danger."
He laughs, full of confidence from winning. "Yeah, it's remarkable the illusions you two can pull. But look here, Dangerville's the name. Danger's me game. I refuse to cower at anything. I want confusions explained, and I've got the guts to seek answers till I get 'em."
Jubit Rubit voiceover. "You are not the Lord of all matters, and you've already been protected more than you know."
"I happen to have me own opinion, and I say that spook spot is unfinished business to me. I'm going there and settle it."
The jubies look stricken or numbly silent. Exterior Glen, dusk. Squint and Reuben stand by the drop-off, holding the jubies.
5 minutes, no more. If nothing makes sense in 5 minutes, we forget it for good. Agreed?
Right.
Blimey, it's creepy here.
In Squint's right hand, the jubie starts cracking from the head, splitting down the middle through the base. As the 2 sections come apart, Squint jolts in shock, releasing the jubie down the drop-off. In panic, Reuben lets go as his yellow jubie splits down the center. The 2 jubies smash together, shattering as they plunge into the pit. Squint and Reuben exchange horrified glances and run. They pile into the truck parked by the beach and roar from the scene. Exterior Orville Gar house, dusk. Orville roars into the driveway drunk and mean. Interior Gar house, dusk. Orville's wife, Tutiandra Tootsie, 39, and daughters Orinda, 15, thin brunette, are watching Squint on TV, talking with Stagbluff Mayor Hoyt Pennington. Orville swerves in, sees it.
"Cut that off!"
Tootsie, Italian-Polish accent. "Why, we like him. He looks so happy."